Welcome to our watch party of the PlayStation State of Play. It's gonna start in around 15 minutes. Should be on YouTube and Twitch. Probably gonna watch on Twitch since the delay is shorter. Hey Isaac!
Hey.
So a lot of stuff has already leaked. Hopefully not all of it turns out to be true.
Yeah, it's...
Marvelous decided to start 2 minutes early. So we can watch that for 2 minutes then?
It depends. I'd assume it's just the account for the YouTube, like, premiere thing.
Right, so Twitch is probably faster on the PlayStation side then. Or maybe Marvelous is also streaming on Twitch and then 2 minutes earlier?
I'm not sure, because I watched it last time on YouTube as well, so...
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, we got quite a few streams upcoming in the coming days and weeks ahead. We got the Marvelous on PlayStation streams from midnight. This is all Central European summertime, so 1 hour earlier in the UK. Silent Hill transmission at 1 AM. And then on Tuesday, June 4th, the OTK Games Expo. Quite a long stream from 9 PM to 1 AM. Then the Guerrilla Collective, Thursday, June 6th from 7 PM. Then 1 day later, from 5 PM, the Accessibility Showcase. Haven't watched that last year, but trying to tune in this time. Even though I'm not at home, so probably gonna watch the VOD then. The must watch is probably from 11:45 Summer Game Fest with Day of the Devs followed by it. We're gonna stream that as well. So, Isaac, if you have time, you can also join again.
Yep.
And 2 AM, the Volvo Direct. May give that a pass, it's a little late there.
Yeah, a lot of stuff for not E3.
Right. And then a whole lot on Saturday. Future of Play, Wholesome, Latin American Games Showcase, Women-led Games Showcase, Future Games Show. The highlight is probably the latter then, usually. Although I'm not sure what the difference between Future of Play and Future Games Show is. I think Future Games Show is the one that's been around a little longer. And on Sunday we got the Xbox Game Showcase and the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct. Former Redacted Direct. Or who we gonna lay off next. Yeah, will be an interesting showcase, Xbox, I suppose. Maybe we will see a new Xbox Series model.
There has been one that's supposed to have been revealed like ages ago. Or at least it got like leaked ages ago, I suppose.
The discless one, yeah. Hellblade 2 didn't even get a retail release.
Yeah, a lot of Xbox like physical stuff got kind of stopped.
Yeah.
So is State of Play even on Twitch?
They announced to be on Twitch, on YouTube and on TikTok.
I guess they just don't have like a pre-stream
Nope.
for it or anything.
No shapes this time.
So they have one for YouTube, just because of how YouTube works, I suppose.
Yeah, it's also not a live stream, it's a premiere.
Yeah, like how they usually
Always
do
the
it,
chat
really.
popping up. Don't even want to see what we're broadcasting there.
Yeah.
So we got the Silent Hill transmission coming up. I guess Townfall, F, and Silent Hill 2 Remake would be the 3 games they would show.
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird one, really. Like, I guess they have to have enough to, like... I'd like to think they have enough to justify, like, an actual, like, stream for it, but...
Ascension Season 2.
Dear. Everyone kind of forgot about that after the start stuff. It sounds like it was a bit of a mess, really, overall.
Yeah, F could be really interesting. I think it's set in the 60s.
Yeah, like... the main reason I'm wondering about that one is because of the person that's handled like the actual like writer for it is kind of like a different choice for the series. So like they've done a bunch of visual novels in the past.
Ryo Kishi 07?
Yeah, it's interesting to see them handling Silent Hill. It's like actually like really different from
Yeah.
the usual stuff.
Yeah, hopefully they're actually showing it.
Yeah, like it seems likely. I don't know. It feels weird if they don't have it and like remake stuff to show. Because otherwise it's like, what's the point of having like a specific Silent Hill like stream or video?
And not call it Silent Hill 2 Direct.
Yeah.
Just the teaser seemed like the game is still far away. Just like a mood trailer then. Sort of renders. Little Twin Peaksy there. And yet Townfall from the developers of... Oh, the trailer's not finished. From the developers of Stories Untold.
Yeah, it's just a bit weird, really. Like, I think Konami is just kind of hoping that something lands. Like,
Yeah.
just do a bit of
Throwing
everything.
everything in the mix.
We are stuck here in this place, being judged by these people. But for you, I think it's more than that.
Apparently we have a content warning. I'm not sure why. On the Twitch stream. On ours. Well, the combat trailer didn't get great feedback for Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Yeah, it looked a little weird.
But the first teaser was quite close to the original from what I could tell. I haven't really completed it. Not the biggest Silent Hill player, played more of Resident Evil, but I think
Yeah, same here.
2 could be pretty cool, with new music from Akira Yamaoka. And Bloober Team is quite experienced, even though not every game is great.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the kind of the main issue, really. Like, could it be good? Sure. Do I trust the developer? No. Yeah, the trailer they showed off, it's kind of like they wanted to go, you know, like the more like actiony side of like Resident Evil, but like they didn't want to go all the way, so it just looks kind of weird.
Yeah, I suppose there's no Marvelous Europe Twitch channel. So, RIP Marvelous, sorry. That's a good picture there that we saw on the gallows for Marvelous for tonight. But I'm sure they show very interesting games. Looks like something is starting at PlayStation. Just the logo.
Yeah, that should be like the pre-stream thing.
Yeah, there was a warning for co-streamers regarding copyright. Basically saying it's your own risk.
Wow.
Try not to stream any copyright music from us. I mean, since all of the games were already leaked, they could have given us time codes already. And since it's pre-recorded. Do you have any guesses from that list that you read, but I didn't, with what game they might start? Like what genre or franchise?
Yeah, that's a good point, because I always forget with like State of Play how they like try and open them half the time. if they actually do open with something big, or it's just sort of whatever. Where is the
I think they're often big games as well at the start, but probably the most
oh yeah, there's
biggest one is
there's
at the end.
definitely one that I could see it opening with.
It's not a PC port?
No. It is one that's been rumored ahead of time as well.
Half-Life Alyx. Finally on PSVR2. Now with an adapter you can play it on PC.
Assuming that ever gets like fully like actually made.
Yeah, I think the patent was registered by Sony Interactive Entertainment for such adapter in South Korea.
Yeah, it was getting certified, so it's like it's definitely something we're working on.
What a difference, 17,000 on Twitch and 100,000 on YouTube.
Yeah, well, the Twitch one was really late. But that and probably people watching restreams. I can't remember how it works for numbers on those.
Yeah, Days Gone 2 should be in it, right?
Dude, yeah, that's probably never gonna happen now.
Maybe Shenmue 4?
And yeah, that one seems even less likely at this rate. Considering Shenmue 3.
Didn't perform that well.
Yeah, it wasn't very good either.
Never finished it. I did finish 1 and 2. And not back in the day, quite recently.
Yeah, 3's just a bit bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if it would have even been better if they did have like a full development team with like way more money or not.
Hard to tell. Do you expect them to talk about PS5 Pro at all?
Probably not. It'd be interesting, but I feel like they'd probably try and hype it up a little bit ahead of time. Or just do a Nintendo and just drop it randomly. I don't know. PS5 Pro is going to be a bit of an odd one anyway. I don't know how many people would actually like buy one.
It feels quite early in the generation, but then the generation has been longer than the consoles have been available widely.
Yeah, that's the main reason why it feels not that far in. It's just because the first like year or so, like especially in some regions, it's just like you could barely get one.
But from the specs that were leaked, if they are true, it should be quite a powerful console. So if you have a capable PC, I don't see any reason, since PlayStation is also supporting most of the games. Eventually.
Yeah, and it also has the issue of like the games still have to be able to support like the regular PS5 anyway. I suppose a lot of them will probably just do the whole thing that some PS4 games ended up doing with the PS5, where instead of like performance or resolution, it's just like it just does both.
Yeah. My clock, it's midnight.
Yeah, it looks like it's not quite started yet.
YouTube countdown has started, so probably waiting on Twitch to be simultaneously.
Did they do the usual thing where they forgot to have the countdown happen before the time they said?
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah.
And Marvelous is already live? Have a short look.
Well, they scheduled the like thing ahead of time.
Parmagia? Is that a new game? From Magia?
The name is new. They revealed it. I can't remember what the name was when they revealed it last year on last year's stream, but literally all they showed last year was like some art for a couple of characters and like a in-progress name. That was it.
Well, no gameplay so far?
Well, they're probably just showing off the opening video before anything, but I'd imagine if they're showing the opening video, there's probably gonna be some actual in-game stuff.
Huh.
Release date would be interesting, but yeah, last year they showed nothing. Looks like the PlayStation thing starts in like 15 seconds.
Currently earlier on Twitch than on YouTube?
Maybe, yeah.
But I may be behind.
Yeah, Promagia, like they did a patent or whatever. They registered the name for it ahead of time. Oh, here we go.
Everything is captured on PS5, even the PC ports.
Head of Product at PlayStation Studios and Head of PlayStation Productions. I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry, with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space. We announced their first game, Concord, last year, and today they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. But first, here's an extended vignette introducing some of the cool characters you'll find in the Concord Galaxy.
He called them cool characters, they probably all suck.
Hero shooter.
Yeah, it was either this or another game in the leak that I figured they'd start with.
But it actually should be a first-person PvP shooter? Well, thanks for telling us that's not actual gameplay.
Oh, jukebox.
It wasn't the plan.
It was a spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then, that. That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue button...
Tamar, we will. We will.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what? Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
Shield out! Well played. You are wounded.
Fine. They only got one of my legs.
How are those hands? How bad is it? You're still mad at me?
Lennox,
Got him.
One off. This is you.
Got it.
I am developing a taste for destruction. Goodbye.
This would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die.
Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us. Hey, Mark. What are you doing?
Getting us to the rendezvous point.
Perhaps we should have let go also.
One off. Do not dare.
But we were supposed to stick together.
If you let go, I swear I will be.
Oh, look, there they are.
Hi. What the? I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
I knew this was gonna work.
This wasn't the plan.
No, it just wasn't the one we started with. All right, another satisfied customer. Goods delivered. I sent everyone their cut.
Ooh, yeah.
So do you, like, carry it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever?
Hey, Mara. Don't joke about something like this.
Our next job is somewhere with less
We'll
scaffolding.
have no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding. I promise. We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy. In Concord, from the moment you log on, you are part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars. They take high-stake jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
Free gunning. It's hard work, but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted.
Seems like they put a lot of work into those cinematics for a 5v5 multiplayer shooter.
Right on target.
Well, that's not like too unusual. It's the whole like Team Fortress 2 Overwatch sort of method of doing it. But like the way that we're setting up with the whole like sort of like doing missions and stuff, it almost made it seem more like it would be not just like two teams fighting, you know? Because that feels like too like coordinated versus like the thing they were trying to set up where it was like more spontaneous. Like this is just like it's a hero shooter. Okay, yeah.
You won't survive on your own.
There's actually a bunch of these coming out. This Marvel Rivals, or whatever it's called. What's Marvel Rivals? There's that one Star Wars one, but that's mobile Switch only. Like this looks fine.
Rebels,
I guess.
maybe.
I think it's Rebels. Yeah, I always forget the name because there's Outlaws too. It throws me off.
Time to show them the big guns.
Like this is fine. It's obviously a hero shooter. This guy definitely feels a bit different because of how big it. Like that's quite a big character for a game like this. It's like not just like kind of like Roadhog or whatever, like they're heavy. It's like, it's a big.
Yeah.
I guess the question's going to be, are they going to pull a, it's going to be on PlayStation Plus for free
Probably,
or something.
yeah.
So that's going to be the best method if it's not just going to be straight up free to play.
Will probably be like that Square Enix game, like for a month free on PS Plus. Yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't be too unusual even for Sony really, because they did it with that one racing one that died
also?
really quick.
No.
Well, they did, yeah, Rocket League, but there was that one PS5 racing one, Destruction All Stars.
With Concord, we leaned on the strengths and background of our team to make a.
Is that even a Sony thing? I swear that was a Sony thing.
Should be.
we focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay
It
foundation of
died
tactical
pretty
movement,
quick.
precise visceral shooting, and expressive ability.
Yeah, it's published by Sony, and yeah, it was the whole free on a month for a month on Game Pass. Not Game Pass, PlayStation.
The Sony Game Pass.
Sony Game Pass.
Makes every fight, every matchup feel really different.
Leaning into the asymmetry of the characters, really pushing the possibility space of...
Well, the cinematic reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy, was also a cool game from Eidos Montreal.
Yeah, I'd imagine that was definitely somewhat intentional.
Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple respawns across a match. There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies.
It's like a good variety of skills.
And depending on where and when it happens,
yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. I need to play it really. Yeah. And also it's an FPS, and it's probably gonna, if it's gonna be console only, it's like I want to play with mouse keyboard.
Also depends on the progression.
Yeah, that's partially how I'm wondering how monetization works.
They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and
so they are actually trying to have
and unpack the
story stuff.
Concord galaxy.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's
You see, okay,
global
cool.
launch
I wasn't
on
sure if it was
August
going to be.
23rd, 2024.
Okay.
Quite soon.
Yeah. I'll definitely give it a try, but I'm like, yeah, it still didn't really answer how it's going to actually be. Because they're saying pre-orders, so it's definitely not.
Oh, that's nice. If you pre-order, you can also get a friend pass for 4 friends.
Yeah, because it mentions that you need PlayStation Plus, which means it's a paid thing. And it, yeah, if it's gonna be on PlayStation.
Yes,
yeah, this was this is why I was like, they specifically mentioned
the 14 Plus title. The 15s, maybe.
You seem like a calm...
Literally, like the thing said it was gonna be PlayStation 5.
It's fine. It's a PlayStation 5 game and PlayStation 4.
It's like, why even like have the blog post be that and then announce it's a PC?
And why say at the beginning of the stream everything is captured on PS5 or PS5 dev kit?
Do you, Kratos? War is coming. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
Well, I haven't played it, so maybe that's a good chance then. When it shadow drops today.
Kratos of Scar.
Death can have me. When it earns me.
That's very precise.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
Nice.
We have guests.
Yeah, the PlayStation.
I guess Hellblade 2 had that at launch for everybody.
Cinematic.
Fate only binds you if you let it.
I decided to quickly load up the Marvel stream in like super low res, just so it would run at the same time, and I'm like, I don't even know what's happening right now. I think it's a mobile game.
September 19th.
Yeah, that's actually pretty far away.
Well, maybe it's a good thing that they optimize it. More time for optimization, theoretically. You probably already know the franchise.
And officials alike.
Yeah, so this was the one I wasn't expecting.
I would have said Fire Emblem, but I think it's the wrong stream. Oh.
It's the wrong stream. It begins with D.
Dynasty Warriors?
Men are powerless at the feet of the divine. But even so,
I mean, a Megaforce, a bazillion like soldiers, like that's Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna try and reinvent the wheel again, because 9 was a bit weird.
Are they gonna go double digits or start with 1 again? Or the Dynasty Warriors?
I think that it's like in Japan they're a number behind as well.
Oh boy.
Because the first one was a fighting game, but in the West they just kept the Dynasty Warriors name, but in like Japan it's kind of like Shin Dynasty Warriors or something.
Origins. Yeah, they're dropping the numbers.
Oh yeah, they did. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be like a spin-off thing or something instead, and they're gonna do like a more traditional mainline thing.
Yeah.
I think I was.
It's hard to tell.
It wasn't a dream.
We were really transported to Mirrorland.
The path of a stylist is never easy.
It keeps
The
going
path of a
fast.
stylus?
Are you ready for it?
Stylist. Oh,
sorry.
this is it's a spin-off of a game that's on mobile. It's been announced before, and I forgot the name of it. But it got like
Stylist Wonderland.
Yeah, I don't remember what the game was called.
Oh, the compression, please. Automate the game.
Oh, Infinity Nikki. That's the one. Because it's a spin-off of Love Nikki.
Ah.
Or maybe it's a mainline thing. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Yeah, there we are.
Why not Infinity?
You who pursues infinity, or is infinity awaiting you?
All I'm saying is, I'm 99% certain this wasn't leaked ahead of time, so...
Nice.
I have seen the miracles you so claim. Until the towering shadows vanished into the mist.
I pray for their grace, but all that came were inferior shades.
Why do we have to bear the consequences of such powers?
War.
The Tips works as a Chinese studio. They made Pascal's Wager. Action RPG.
Shall not fall into your treacherous hands. Wayward emissaries, grant us the forgotten miracles. Rain fire from above.
So if I remember correctly, Pascal's Wager was originally mobile, and then got console ports.
Yeah. And PC.
Oh, PC
probably.
as well, yeah. I think it was PC first and then Switch.
Remember, no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
So I guess they're going straight to console only, unless it ends up coming to like iOS or something. They didn't show too much, but obviously it's not out until next year.
A lot of the Rings inspiration in between there. The Ring Wraiths.
Yeah, so all I'm gonna say is the leak list was potentially
not fully correct.
Yeah, we'll see. But we are actually quite far through already, right? Like if it's only like half an hour or so.
Well, they said 30 plus minutes, so it could be anything. Could be an hour.
31. Yeah. So there was one that was supposed to just be a VR game, but nothing specific. So
here's your VR game, the one. Oh, frame rate.
Among Us. Well, it could be like Helldivers, where for whatever reason, like every trailer like had such a terrible frame rate. Yeah, there's another VR game where the trailers look like rough. Hey, it's the obvious rocks that are going to get destroyed.
The poison in my veins begs me to kill.
I'll put you in the ground.
I mean, it looks alright. It's frame rate issues aside. Which again, could be just a quirk of the stream as well. Wouldn't be
Or the encoding of the trailer.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the first time you even the separate videos released afterwards aren't like that bad.
Well, textures look a little rough sometimes, but in VR you probably don't notice it that much.
I'll probably be everything to try and get the frame rate up for VR. that you don't just want to reduce that motion sickness. Let me just shoot the guy in the...
Right. Oh, more VR2.
But they just say like I figured there'd be at least 2 VR ones.
Elder was 2 VR. Oh, it's the same frame rate.
One, yeah, I already know. Yeah, okay, so maybe the leak list was mostly right then.
Alien Isolation vibes.
It is aliens.
Oh. Whenever it's ready. Oh. I'm not sure if Isolation has a VR mode. Think it does on PC?
Yeah, I can't remember if that was like added
Maybe it was a
later.
mod. Yeah.
I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation. Starting
Well,
with a
if the leak list is
highly
mostly
anticipated
right.
shooter, playable soon on PS5.
Was the leak list in order so far as well?
No, they went in a specific order, but no, this, yeah. So the list is mostly right, and I'm pretty sure I know what this is ending with.
Oh, it's not Insomniac.
This is yeah. Speaking of hero shooters, here's Marvel Rivals, which I saw some gameplay for, and it looks okay. Again, depends how it's monetized, because it's definitely free to play.
Destiny awaits.
Not the Venom game I expected.
Yeah, some of the movement was kind of wild, like with Spider-Man, like just you can't just straight up swing around a lot, and it's like it looks like a nightmare to try and hit him.
Oh, destructible environments?
Yeah, that's one of the gimmicks with you can destroy certain parts. I still think Magneto looks a little weird with his moveset. But yeah, Spider-Man's mobility is like kinda crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how mankind has conquered space.
A lot of betas in July?
Yeah, so still no release date yet. And this is forgot the name of it now. Is it Phantom Blade Zero?
Where winds meet? Maybe? No. Yeah, the only news I'm finding on the studio Everstone is when Where Winds Meet was announced for PC, but in 2022. Maybe it's making a comeback?
Speaking of comebacks, there's Lost Soul aside, it's like that game. It's been ages since that got revealed.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
it is.
there's one. There it is. Which, yeah, not the game I was thinking of for this one.
So not coming to PC anymore for now.
Well,
eventually, 2 years later.
It just could be the PlayStation.
With widescreen support.
I'm super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood
Until Dawn.
Getaway. Nice one.
You can't hide from me,
I think that's remade in Unreal Engine 5 with a third-person camera.
And PC 2?
Yeah.
I think.
That we're all still here together.
Something looks like weird with it.
I feel like someone's watching us.
There's no one out there.
A lot of depth of field use, definitely.
Yeah, and that's like something is like throwing me off with the visuals.
Yeah, it's too much depth of field.
Yeah, it's that and something else. It's like, I think it's because maybe the models and stuff are mostly like the same.
Yeah. Oh, that's like copyright music.
Abandoned ship, abandoned ship.
It's a quite popular song there. Save Tonight. Yeah, without the music, it's quite different. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play through again, just because of the little bit difference in gameplay, like third-person camera.
Yeah, it's like not really like, designed around
But
it.
in co-op, maybe it's still fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't that an early access Path of Exile 2?
It's not available at all yet.
Ogum was once a peaceful land, but each day
I don't know if they even did any beta tests for it yet.
Famine and plague besiege us. The very earth is being poisoned. The Count's men, once our protectors, have turned on us. And now, they come for me.
I guess they're gonna announce a new beta date. It's supposed to go into beta next week. Get delayed.
I wonder if they'll show the skill tree. I don't think the like upgrade tree or whatever.
It won't fit on one screen, probably.
Well, it was like an absolute nightmare in the first one to like figure it out properly.
Well, that's actually a good thing, isn't it?
No, but have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you like figure anything out?
I guess Couch Co-op is newer, wasn't it, in the first game?
Yeah, it's new, and well, the thing with the first game specifically was that it was like a free-to-play, like online, like always online thing. It definitely feels, it's like definitely odd to see Couch Co-op in a game like this. Cool though, but yeah, not typical for like free-to-play stuff. Okay. So we do have a release window. For early access anyway.
Quite big one, yeah. So was it announced that this will be free-to-play as well? Path of Exile 2?
Excuse me.
I don't think it was. Also, this is Silent Hill.
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm assuming they're gonna lead into
the transmission.
I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it?
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here. I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please. No, please.
Wave?
Is it still a little bit off then? And yeah, there. It's basically on, yep. happening. It says immediately
Capcom
after,
announced this
but
next game last December, offering just a glimpse
And
of what's in store for their
Capcom,
celebrated franchise.
and just a glimpse.
Today, I am so excited to share
Monster
the
Hunter
first full
time.
gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
I was wondering if we'd get like actual like gameplay stuff. And hey, it's Monster Hunter 4. Wow.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get
And you
started.
can see the disconnect between like the Japanese like like mouth movements and like the English thing.
Incredible. I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before.
I wonder if they're gonna make the zones like ginormous.
Back.
Oh, what weapon did they have there?
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right. The sandstorm.
I'm trying to figure out if that's just a longsword or if it is something new.
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
Oh, it's a great sword. It's like it doesn't look like the great sword because it looks like too thin. I suppose it is big enough for one, so.
The monsters look cool. I don't know if they're all new.
Yeah. These are new as far as I'm aware, but they sort of fill the same spot as like the bear ones. What was it? Oh, we got some shenanigans going on here. I'm guessing this is customization stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, we have voice acting. For that main character. No, there's definitely some new moves and stuff showing up. And that looks like a pretty cinematic animation.
Is that?
Still gonna,
next year.
Still gonna be 2025. They'll probably reveal it during one of their own events. And probably Rise save data? No? Weird. I suppose World did come out. Yeah, this is the one I was expecting them to end on.
Oh, Astrobot is coming finally. But they didn't say PSVR2, so it's a traditional PS5 game?
Well, I imagine it'll be in the style of the pack-in title, whatever it's called, I forgot the name of.
Playroom? Maybe?
Yeah.
Or wasn't it just called Astrobot?
Yeah, I forgot what it's actually called.
Well, the compression doesn't do these games any favors.
Yeah, Astro's Playroom, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's still weird to see Sony releasing a game like this, considering how they like pretty much killed off the Japanese side of things. Not against it, but it's just it's definitely feels like an outlier compared to like Sony's other stuff on PS5.
Wait, was the Journey? Parappa?
Yeah, they're gonna do the whole thing of like references and stuff again.
Maybe that's how they unveil the PS5 Pro? I'm not sure if they're all references, because I don't recognize any of those there. Probably not.
Well, no, like the whole reference side of things, like the reference side of things was usually quite like minimal, off to the side for the most part. Like lots of like themed characters and stuff. Like Astro's Playroom had like the area where you like collect stuff.
Yeah, that could be a shadow drop. Oh, it's just straight up Astrobot.
I don't need this to be confusing at all. Oh, it's September, so a bit off.
I was confused Asobo Studios and Team Asobi.
Games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days
Yeah,
of
it's
Play.
still very
This global celebration
odd
runs
to
through
see
June
from
12th,
Sony.
with deals on PlayStation Store,
Yeah,
great
looking
new
forward to
content
it.
coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
Yeah, I do wonder how long it'll be relative to Astro's Playroom.
Should be quite a bit
Zelda
longer.
back-end title, so yeah.
Probably not as long as Rift Apart. But yeah, maybe like 10, 12 hours. That's it? Not sure if that was the banger at the end with Astrobot.
Yeah, like it was definitely like one of the two games I was expecting from like the leaked stuff.
Oh, and Marvelous also finished already 16 seconds ago.
Yeah, I checked again. It was like, yeah, it's out. It's only half an hour. Yeah, so the leak list was mostly correct. Mostly.
Okay.
Phantom Blade Zero didn't make an appearance. One of them was listed as a new game from the Middle East, which I don't think applies to.
Didn't notice that.
Yeah. But most of the rest of pretty much the rest of the stuff, there was a new Five Nights at Freddy's, which didn't happen. But yeah, everything else was pretty much correct, so...
There are a Story of Season plushies in Japan.
Well, I saw they've shown off on the
Moonlight
Marvelous side of
Peaks.
things. Yeah, Moonlight Peaks got announced for 2020. Is it 2025 or 2026 or something? It got announced ahead of this.
2026?
Marvelous was publishing it, but it was like, yeah...
Wow, that's far ahead.
It wasn't coming out. I can't remember if it was 2025 or... It got announced very
Factory 5?
early. Yeah, 2026 for Moonlight Peaks. Yeah, so they showed off some bits and pieces. I think there was like a mobile game that's probably going to be Japan only. There's some like other arcade stuff that's definitely Japan only.
There is a Rune Factory game diligently under development.
That was Story of Seasons, I think.
No, it says
They did
Rune
the-
Factory.
Oh, maybe they're thinking of maybe they're talking about 6, unless they just didn't show anything. It looks like they just didn't really show. Oh yeah, it's the spin-off one. Forgot the name of it, but I was expecting honestly a release date for the like Japan themed Rune Factory because they showed off gameplay of it last year. So it makes me wonder if they just announced it too early or something.
Yeah. Demon Ex Machina Titanic Scion? The photo?
Yeah, it looks like that got announced last year too, and it looks like they still haven't shown anything of it. So
No, just a rendered trailer.
yeah, it feels like there probably wasn't even like a reason to do this, especially if a bunch of it doesn't even like apply.
Oh, you're cutting out. Uh-oh. Doesn't sound good. Are you
Think it's-
turning into Astrobot? Hello?
I think it's Discord being strange.
Okay, now you're back. I think you're back.
They should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just Discord was showing a bunch of packet loss, so I'm assuming it was just that breaking. Yeah, from the looks of it, the Marvelous stream didn't really have a whole lot.
No.
I'm getting the impression that, yeah, a lot of the stuff that was shown off last year was probably announced maybe slightly too early. But then the question ends up becoming, like, why have this stream?
Yeah. And then have the bad luck for Sony putting a
And
frostbite on them.
have it Sony at the same time. Yeah, it looks like it was a whole lot of nothing, really. Especially with some stuff being, like, announced a year ago. Like, it feels really weird.
You have to see any progress there? Yeah. Or anything new?
Yeah, they did show more gameplay off, but, like, I was assuming since last year, because the whole thing with Rune Factory is they have the one they showed off more of, which is, like, the Japanese themed one. And then there's Rune Factory 6, which they only showed the logo for last year, which is like the Western sort of one, themed one. Like just visually more than actual like gameplay design. But yeah, it just seems weird that like even a year on they don't even seem to have like a release window for I can't remember what the name of it was. But the non-numbered Rune Factory.
Well, they don't even show the English name in the stream.
Yeah, I think they probably said it, but yeah, they didn't show a logo for it. And yeah, there's two Story of Season games in the works, but it looks like they barely showed any of those off too. Yeah, it just feels like this stream was kind of unnecessary, especially since midway through they have a bunch of like mobile and arcade stuff that's kind of not that relevant to us. And they show off some indie stuff that was already like we already knew about, like it was already announced. I guess it makes sense to show them off during it, but it's like it's not new. Yeah, Moonlight Peak specifically will not release until 2026, so it's ages away.
Oh, it's not overvoiced, it's subtitled. The Marvelous stream.
Yeah, there's subtitles, but yeah, for whatever reason, when I clicked on them, it defaulted to like... It didn't default to English.
Okay.
I think it would have been fine for you, because I think it defaulted to German.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is subtitled.
But yeah, no idea what the Rune Factory game is called. It's not great.
They're still calling it Rune Factory Project Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Which was what they were calling it last year, but I think they filed a trademark for something else. Quickly... But yeah, it seems like that stream was a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, and they're calling it 2024, so it's probably the only one we're getting this year. It's not a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma was the name that got trademarked, so it's probably going to be that, but who knows. And yeah, that was not much.
Oh, they say a Story of Seasons of the heartwarming life sim that started 1996. I think it had a different title back then, at least here.
Harvest Moon, yeah. It's a bit of a weird licensing thing, because the name in Japan never changed, but the name in the West did, because of the split with the Western publisher. But they kept the IP, like the actual Western name, so yeah. It's a bit weird.
It's called it Story of Seasons like a HM. But yeah, Concord looked pretty fun. And Silent Hill 2 Remake didn't look terrible. Until Dawn looked kind of odd. Something was off there. But yeah, we could try it in co-op maybe, if it supports online co-op, which I assume. And Monster Hunter Wilds looks interesting, but it's far off.
It's potentially far off. It depends if it's like... Obviously, it's still going to be like at least half a year away, but it depends if it's like early 2025 or...
Yeah.
The fact that we actually already have some gameplay stuff shown off is like a decent sign for it.
Didn't World launch in January? But maybe that was the port. Not sure.
Well, that was a weird thing with World. Like, it was PlayStation first, which is also, I'm assuming, why they did the whole, if you have World save data, you can get these like skins or whatever, but they didn't do the same for Rise. unless I like missaw the thing. But yeah, I'd say it has a chance of being early next year. I think Rise was early in the year.
Yeah,
but that was when it came out on Switch, so it's like. But yeah, they showed off some new stuff for Greatsword and what I'm assuming was Heavy Bowgun. I always get them mixed up. There's like light and heavy, but I don't know how it's gonna work because in Rise you could like it was tied to like a new resource, and then you ended up unlocking some more that you could like customize your loadout a little bit. So I don't know if it's like that or if they've just given some new moves to every weapon.
Yeah. Some of the cutscenes looked a little off with the saturation.
Yeah. It also had the whole like it's all lip synced for the Japanese voice acting. But yeah, the main character, there was that one scene where they actually spoke. So I'm wondering if your character will actually be voiced this time. It's not a traditional thing.
Oh, okay. It's like with Claude in GTA 3, never talks.
I mean, for the longest time, Monster Hunter didn't have voice acting at all.
Okay.
It was just like World started doing it.
And Nothing Stories also has voice acting, right? I think it is fully voiced.
Yeah.
From what I heard. Or maybe I'm mixing something up.
I'm trying to remember, there was one way you could like set it to like the in-game language, and I'm trying to remember if that was Stories too. but yeah, it's gonna be interesting if the main character is voiced, if that means they're actually gonna like, because the whole thing with World, they had the whole companion character, so like obviously your character couldn't speak, but they had like the character that was pretty much there all the time speaking instead. Whether they do that sort of thing again, or if they're just gonna have you speak directly now. Yeah, again, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being the first half of next year, but I'd imagine a release date will probably get announced during one of Capcom's own events that they usually do.
Maybe during not E3 season?
Yeah, I'm expecting it to probably be a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably going to be all we get for like end of the month or something.
It would be nice if it would be playable at Gamescom, but assuming there will be like a presentation only.
Probably at most, yeah. But yeah, definitely interesting to see, because like they obviously that was gameplay, but they didn't show off that much, especially of like the exploration side of things.
Yeah.
So it's like probably likely that they'll go back to like the Monster Hunter World design of areas, so like quite intricate and like there's a lot of traversal stuff, because like Rise had you had like the whole grapply thing and stuff, but the areas were generally quite flat because obviously had to work on the Switch, so they couldn't do anything too crazy. Like there's still some verticality and whatnot, but yeah, not nothing as crazy as World. So they might go back.
Seems like you can also influence the environment a bit with the stones falling down there.
Yeah, so that's a thing they've started doing a lot more with like World onwards, where you could like drop stuff down or like break the floor and whatnot. They had a little bit of that in like some of the earlier ones, but yeah, they lean into it a bit more now. But yeah, it's like it looks interesting enough, but obviously need to see more. Really,
yeah.
Still gonna play it, but I want to see some more.
Some more areas as well, maybe.
Yeah, so it's like
different biomes. We've seen a lot of the desert now.
Yeah, so it's like I'm trying to remember. It was like 3 main areas in the base version of World, or 4. I always forget, because like they had like less areas total, but it was like each area was like way bigger. Pretty cool to explore, and then like the expansion added another big area in. But yeah, I'd assume it'll probably be like they'll do DLC like World and Rise, where there's like one big expansion at one point.
I found there are 5 areas in Monster Hunter World, plus the main town, Astera.
Well, for Monster Hunter World, it was like there's at least one area that's just like the arena, basically.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the Iceborne added in like a whole extra area again. Yeah, so it was 4 areas in the base version, and then one that's kind of side thing from what I remember. Or maybe it was 5. Like it's been a while. Getting mixed up with stuff half the time.
Yeah, the Aliens VR game looks interesting. Should have been a thing long ago. Not sure about the Marvels game. If you like the genre, it looks pretty good.
I watched a little bit of gameplay of Marvel Rivals because there was the beta on PC. I didn't actually play it, but it looked okay. Maybe obviously needs some balancing and whatnot, but
is that arena that you see there the one from the beta, or is that a new one?
No, I think that was a new one. Like as far as I can tell, it was a new one, so it was kind of revealed during that video too, during the State of Play.
Mm-hmm.
It looks okay. The main issue is gonna be, are they gonna make it stupid expensive to get like anything?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these, at best, you get like getting the characters isn't too hard, but then anything after that is like impossible without paying. So like, it depends if it's even that generous or if they make it like a big grind to get characters too. But I'll definitely try it. Same with Concord. Like, the fact that they didn't announce the whole it's going to be free on PlayStation Plus. I can't remember if that's just how. I don't know if Sony's just going to do it that way anyway, where like any of their live service stuff is available via PlayStation Plus. Maybe they'll lock it behind like a higher tier or something. I don't know, but feels like something they should have announced like today.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to do it like right after for some reason.
Probably on the blog, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they said you need PS Plus to play online, but
yeah, that implies that it is paid in some way. Because like paid titles have to have PlayStation Plus, whereas free to play stuff doesn't. Outside of something like Final Fantasy XIV, which has its own subscription, where you don't have to have PlayStation Plus as well. But that's like generally how they determine stuff. So it's like any free to play stuff, like Fortnite on PlayStation, you don't need PlayStation Plus. So the fact that pre-orders are going to be a thing, it could be like you have the option to buy it, but it'll also be, it would be weird if you could just get it via sub too. So maybe it's like
maybe a starter
like
edition.
And, like maybe it's like some sort of edition, or maybe because it said there was the whole like friend pass thing or whatever, didn't it? So
they also said beginning next week we'll share more details about Concord's editions for PS5 and PC and launch pre-orders.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to find out then.
Yep.
Because it'll be weird to see them release it like as a full price thing. Because Destruction All Stars was published by Sony, and they did the whole it was like free via that month's PlayStation Plus lineup when it released, and then went to a paid thing, and it didn't do that well.
I guess we could have a look into the Silent Hill transmission. Not sure how long it will be.
I'm not that interested in it, really.
Well, if it's Silent Hill 2 remake, I think we saw a lot already. But if it's
it did feel like a bit of a waste to have it in both, really. It's also at a pretty bad time.
Yeah.
Like even I suppose in Japan it'll be morning.
Yeah. I mean, even the Ryuga Gotoku Studio summits are at like 6 a.m. here, I think, or maybe earlier, 3 or 4 a.m. So I guess this is a more friendly time then. Yeah, now that you said, I'm also not sure if we should watch it. But that could be like a real, like a Silent Hill. What would the next number be?
New Silent Hill pachinko machine.
Exactly. eFootball DLC. Maybe it would have made more sense to go for Summer Game Fest for Marvelous and for Silent Hill. But then again, it's probably difficult to get a spot there.
Maybe. The issue with the Marvelous one just seems to be they didn't have anything to show.
Yeah.
Like, especially with some stuff being revealed over a year ago.
Unfortunately, they have the games in development, but just nothing to show, really.
Yeah, the fact that there wasn't a single release date between either Rune Factory game or either Story of Seasons, especially the one, again, they showed off gameplay for one of the Rune Factory games last year.
Yeah, maybe they scrapped that version.
Yeah, what they've shown off looks pretty similar. They did show off a bit more gameplay for it. But yeah, it just seems very odd. Especially if it comes out that like within the next few months they do announce a release date or something. Like it feels like they could have just not had the stream and it wouldn't have made
have it a little later, yeah.
Yeah, or wait until later in the year, or just have one of the announcements that's more substantial in like some other event.
There are quite a few, yeah.
So it does feel like even if E3 still existed, they wouldn't have really had enough to show anyway.
Kind of, yeah.
So it feels like they didn't have to have it now.
No.
I don't know. Very odd.
But yeah, our next stream will probably be next Friday from 10:45. Something is happening at the start of the stream. Okay, it's just changing music. 10:45 CEST or PM or 9:45 in the UK. Yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. State of Play was quite fun.
It was okay.
It was okay, yeah. I expected more. No Spider-Man DLC. I thought you implied there would be one, but maybe I misunderstood the signals. Wouldn't be the first time.
No, specifically, it was not. Definitely not. But
very unfortunate.
It was just weird.
There should be one. I think they announced 3 free DLCs back in December or November.
It just seems weird to specifically announce that it's going to be PS5 and PSVR2 stuff.
Yeah.
And then have
Ragnarok for PC.
Have Ragnarok there. At least Until Dawn was PS5 and PC. Like, why specifically like straight up be wrong about what you're gonna have?
Then only have 2 PSVR2 games, if I call it correctly.
That's still like 2 more than you'd think at this point.
But at least you're getting, I think, 4 or 5 free next week during Days of Play. If you're a PS Plus Extra member, of course. Would be nice to get that for the Essential tier then. But
yeah, they used to give out like...
They have given out any PSVR2 games on Essential?
I don't think so, no. Because they're kind of stuck with that as well. Like, if they ever do like VR stuff, they kind of have to have it be like an extra on top of non-VR, really. Otherwise people will riot. Well, people riot anyway if it's like not some AAA game that released like 5 seconds ago.
True. I would have expected to have Iron Man VR at some point in PS Plus Essential. But maybe for PSVR 3?
Maybe. if that ever happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, if the adapter does come out for PSVR 2, it'll actually be like an okay PC headset.
It will be good for every owner who also has a PC, finally has something to play. Because I think the old games for PSVR 1 have to be specifically ported for PSVR 2 to work.
Because of the change in how tracking works.
Right.
Which, yeah, and then you had stuff like Moss, where I think they just released an entirely separate version.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of a... They really should have worked with developers to actually like have stuff ready for being updated to the PSVR 2 tracking, but yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan was.
Oh, that's copyright protected music in the Silent Hill stream. Okay, yeah, thank you for joining, Isaac. So let's do this again for Summer Game Fest then.
Yep.
Hopefully it will be better stream.
Yeah, hopefully no copyright stuff, but I mean...
I think it will be worse even.
Yeah, it probably will be worse.
I think there will be a hype trailer quite soon, but probably we wouldn't be able to show that anyway due to the music. Okay, thanks for watching. See you.
See you.